Hello, welcome everybody. This is the Better Veteran Health RBCA workshop. I'm excited to be here with all of you. This is going to be a good presentation. This is something that I care a lot about, and I think it's really going to be able to help a lot of you. Going to kind of go over a few steps of how we can better help our fellow family members and friends that are veterans, how we can provide for them, how we can protect them, and overall do our part to give back to the community and give back to them. Um, let's go on to the next slide. Oh, I apologize, it's a little. Alrighty. So, like I said, this is the RBCA workshop. So the first step, the R, is to recognize. Okay. Obviously, whenever there's a problem or whenever there's an issue, the first thing we must do is recognize what it is. Recognize if it is occurring, right? We obviously know that the problem is suicide ideation. So we need to make sure that we recognize whether or not our um, family or friend is going through something like that. So it says this means being aware of your friends and family's feelings, trials, hardships, and life. It is important for us to, obviously, we don't need to know every aspect of that person's life, but it is important that we are a key role in their life and that we make sure that we are aware of the situation that they're going through and things like that. Pay attention to differences in their behavior and to the way that they carry themselves. This is very important because these are just a few cues that people give subconsciously and things that we can recognize when somebody's going through something tough. Just always listen to them and actually hear what they have to say. Um, Obviously, it is important to listen to people, but it is more important to actually hear what they are saying. And when we do that, when we hear what they are actually saying, that is when we can recognize what their needs are. Okay. Second step is to be courageous. Um, so we must muster up that courage to speak up and provide help to our family members and our friends. Um, and sometimes that's hard. I feel like this can be the hardest part, honestly, because it can be difficult sometimes to have the courage to just act, right? Have the courage to say, you know what, I'm gonna do something. Sometimes we feel like, oh no, what if they don't want our help, or what if they don't need it, or what if they get mad at us? But it's always better off to offer your help and be rejected than not offer it at all and then, you know, have them really need it. And we don't want that to happen, obviously. Um, I put the catchphrase here. Remember, protect those who protected us. That is something that um, I love that. I love that brand that we have. I love that um, slogan, I guess you could say, that we have. And that's something that really encourages me to do better. Um, and that's what I use. And so I encourage all of you to create a way to motivate yourselves to stand up and be courageous. Something that when you read it or when you see it, it motivates you to say, you know what, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna do something. Alrighty. So once we've recognized whether or not they need our help, what their needs are, once we have decided, you know what, I'm gonna be courageous, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna do something, we must act, right? We must execute. That is very, very important. Um, Recognizing that something's wrong and getting the courage doesn't mean anything if we do not act upon that. And I want to be very clear here that the actions will vary according to the needs of the veteran that you will be helping. Not everybody's going to want to go and see a psychologist, or not everyone's going to want to go to the VA or talk to somebody that they don't know. Right? Sometimes they're just going to want to talk to you, or they're going to want to hang out with you and spend more time with you, or sometimes they're not going to want to maybe they're not really going to want you to be too invested in their life, so they're going to want to reach out to somebody else, and that is when you can help them receive the help that they need. You can help them basically make contact with a healthcare professional that is going to help them. And I put here at the end, it is vital to recommend them to a professional. Obviously, we aren't all professionals. We aren't all professional psychologists or professional healthcare providers. If you are, that is perfect. But if not, then it is definitely vital to recommend them. And like I said, they don't have to go. You're just recommending them to one that they will be able to communicate better with, somebody that is, an actual professional. But it's still important for you to help facilitate in their recovery. You can't just hand them off and say, okay, I did my part. You must, verify, provide feedback. More than anything, just show them that you care and that you're there for them. So, this is a little video, it's a public service announcement, but I just want us to watch it really quick. I think that it will really help kind of capture this whole idea of recognize, be courageous, and act model. So I'll go ahead and play that for you. Awesome. Um, so we will discuss a little bit more about this. I'll take your questions and everything, but really quickly. Um, I love this because it is very simple. It's very straight to the point. Um, all she did was she was thinking about him, and so she sent him a text message. And it happened to be that he was stressed out, right? It happened to be that he needed somebody to talk to, and she was there for him. And that's important, just to be there for them and just to be a friend, just to show them that you care about them and that you're willing to um, be there for them and make sacrifices so that they can improve their health. And that's why we're here, right? To protect those who protected us. Oh, I apologize. Alrighty, we'll move on. So now we're going to do a quick role play. I'm just going to explain to you the scenarios, and then we will, I'll give you 5 to 10 minutes to discuss with your groups, and then you'll come back and we'll, see what feedback you have and how you use the RBCA model. Okay, so I'm just going to read these scenarios to you really quick. Scenario one: your friend is an ex-Marine who you play pickup basketball with every Wednesday and Friday. You begin to notice that he starts missing games. When he does show up, he's not being competitive as he normally is or as he normally does. How will you help him? Okay, so that's the first one. Remember, you need to recognize what's wrong, what is varying in his actions or his behaviors. Recognize whether or not he is having suicide ideation or if he's being depressed, anxiety, things like that. How will you muster up the courage to talk to him, to confront him or her, and what are your actions? What are you going to do? Okay, that's what we're going to do for each of these. Scenario 2: your brother-in-law is a retired Army pilot. Your sister tells you about his mood changes. He's easily irritated and very angry lately. You two are friends but not extremely close. How will you help him? And scenario 3: you notice that one of your coworkers who served some time in the Navy has been very sad lately. One day on break, he mentions that he doesn't want to be here anymore. How will you help him? Alrighty. So remember, use the RBCA model. Recognize what cues are they giving that make you think that there might be a problem. How will you recognize what that problem is? Be courageous. How will you get the courage to act, right? To stand up. And then what will your what will your actions be? And we will give you 10 to 15 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Thank you very much. Alrighty. Thank you very much for participating in this role play, and in this workshop.